So when an ATM object is created, it's in the initial state. So run the newly created ATM object means it runs the get screen method of the initial state. So this is the get screen method of the initial state. So what will the initial screen state is asking for? Okay, let's ask for pin number. Okay, yes, out. Please enter pin number. Please enter pin number. Okay, so get the pin number. Let's create a scanner. Scanner. Sorry. Equals to new scanner. Right. System dot in. Okay, which means this scanner gets the command line arguments. So string pin equals to scanner dot next. What next line? Okay, so the get screen method of the initial state asking for the pin number and get the pin number as user input and store it in the string pin. Okay, let's try to create a new ATM object. Okay, let's go to the main class and ATM, my ATM equals new ATM. Right. Okay, this is the newly created ATM object. Now let's run the run ATM method of the ATM class. Okay, let's save and run this. Okay, it's asking for please enter pin number because the newly created ATM objects state is the initial state. So my ATM's run ATM method is, which means the get screen method of the initial state class. So this is the please enter pin number. Right. Okay, let's enter something. 2 3 4 again, please enter pin number. That's because this is a infinite loop. It continuously checks the what is the state and run the get screen method. Check the state and run the state method. Okay, we have entered some value and again it run the get screen method. And another thing, we have to create the getters and setters for this ATM state reference. Okay, so refactor encapsulated fields, right, get ATM state and set ATM state. Right, we have created the getter method and setter method for the ATM state. So in initial state, actually what we have to do is when user enter the pin number, we should check the pin number, and if the pin number is valid one, we have to move to the validated state. So validated state means we have to change the initial state of the ATM class from initial state to card validated state. Okay, we get the user input pin number here. Okay, and let's check the pin number. If pin dot equals to 1 2 3 4. Okay, if the pin number is equals to 1 2 3 4, we have to update the state of the ATM, right? So what should be the update state? So here we have our reference ATM ref, right? Okay, ATM ref, right, dot set ATM state, right? We have to set the ATM state into card validated state. To set the ATM state into card validated state, we have to create a constructor for the card validated state. Okay, I extends the card validated state from ATM state and implements the unimplemented methods. Okay, let's create a constructor for card validated class. Public card validated. So in this state we have to keep track of the ATM object as well as the previous state. So let's put two arguments, ATM current ATM, and the other argument is ATM state. ATM state, ATM state, right? So in initial state, so we have to update the ATM state. Let's copy and paste. So ATM ref dot set ATM state. So we can pass the arguments. First argument is the ATM object, that is the ATM ref. Okay, and the second argument, we have to pass the ATM into new card validated state, right? New card validated state. So it autofills the arguments. First argument is the current ATM object and second argument is the previous state. Previous state means this state. So here we update the ATM state. Okay, so if you didn't get what I did here, go to the ATM class. This is the ATM class's internal state. So initially the ATM state is an object of the initial state class. So into the initial state object we are passing the reference of the ATM object. Okay, and go to the initial state. Here is the constructor of the initial state and we are passing the created ATM object. Okay, which means we are keep track of the ATM object. The initial state object is created. Okay, so in the update state method we are updating the initial state of the ATM class, which means at initially it's a object of initial state. When it is updated, it's an object of the card validated state. So card validated state object constructor accepts two arguments, ATM object reference and the reference to the previous object, because we have to keep track of the ATM object, the card validated object is created and the previous state. Okay, then let's edit the card validated class. the get screen method of the card validated state. So which means after inserted the pin number. So let's write s out. Please enter amount. Please enter amount. Okay, so get the amount as previous. Create a scanner. Scanner C equals new scanner, right? System dot in, which means the command line arguments. So get the amount. So double amount equals sc dot next next double, right? So it means we get the amount of the user. So let's run this example again. Run file, right? Okay, it's asking for a pin number 1 2 3 4, right? Please enter amount, which means okay,